Hello, my bookish darlings. I wanted to share something I've just seen on Publishers Weekly. I saw the title of the article, I skimmed it a little bit, did not read it in detail, and thought, why don't I just film a video and share it with you, and we could both react together. And if you're wondering who I am the BookTube goddess, the #1 drag queen booktuber on YouTube. Okay, this article is called Publishing Gets the Reality Show Treatment with America's Next Great Author. Of course, with shows like Project Runway, RuPaul's Drag Race, America's Top Model, the thing is, those talents are visual, and we can see the terrific drag queen makeup on RuPaul's Drag Race, or the outfits on Project Runway, or see the models walk down the street in America's Top Model. But America's Next Great Author, are we just going to see them typing? Are we just going to show text on the screen so we could read what they wrote? I don't know how they're going to make this interesting to the general public. America's Next Great Author pilot offers competition as path to publication. Okay, Project Runway, X Factor, America's Got Talent, the reality show format offers amateurs and unknowns to display their latent talent and work with mentors to nurture it in a competition charged with tension. Could the format work for writers too? The producers of America's Next Great Authors think so. Along with Newbery-winning author Kwame Alexander, the show is the brainchild of Ariel Eckstadt and David Sterry, authors and co-founders of the long-standing pitch contest, Pitchapalooza, an American Idol for books, only kinder and gentler, and principals of the book coaching business, the Book Doctors. Now, forgive me for being a little cynical. There's a lot of issues among people selling services to writers that they may not need. I don't know anything about the Book Doctors, but something in my mind is thinking, oh, really? Alexander said after years of developing the concept, the creators are ready to shoot a pilot, which they hope will lead to a full production of the show aimed at an audience that loves drama on and off the page. Okay, maybe. America's Next Great Author takes more than a little inspiration from American Idol's format. The plan is for tryouts to take place in cities across the country, with would-be authors delivering their one-minute pitches to industry professionals. The field will be narrowed to 6 contestants who will participate in a month-long writers' retreat, during which they will live together Big Brother style. During the month, the aspiring authors must start a project on the first day and finish it by the last. 1 month. I doubt if we're going to see any novels, probably some novellas. A novel, we would say, would be like 50K at least. That's over 1,000 words a day. Maybe they're going to do that. I don't know. But I'm thinking they're probably going to be in the 30,000 range or novella length works. Throughout the retreat, they'll also participate in storytelling challenges and work with mentors to develop their stories. Sterry said the challenges will show off a writer's ability to use words, think fast, and be creative. Is thinking fast really important for an author? Just asking. But also help them to learn the market and promote their books, because writers are called upon to do so many different tasks now in modern publishing that have nothing to do with writing your book. I hear that so much if you watch any AuthorTube channels like Alexa Dunn or Michelle Schusterman or Stephen Arian. It almost seems as though traditionally published authors need to be on Twitter, social media, their own website, their own newsletters. It's a lot. The producers hope to feature charismatic would-be authors from diverse backgrounds in areas of the country, says Alexander. What constitutes charismatic? I mean, Lord forbid there's any shy authors out there that may be uncomfortable publicly speaking, being thrown into this show. I mean, there are so many authors I can imagine are not very charismatic who are going to lose out on this opportunity. What does charismatic mean? Do they mean physically attractive? Do they mean stand-up comedians? I don't know. That bothers me a little. Petite. The show is dedicated to including writers who aren't normally given a seat at the table in mainstream publishing, like that. Contestants don't have to be graduates of an elite MFA, well, hardly any authors are, and basically guarantees an open door in the book business, not necessarily as a writer. But anyway, the series will feature writers from communities and cultures all across America who bring their unique voices to readers in the world of literature. I wonder if I should apply. The pilot will culminate in a pitch competition filmed in San Francisco, hosted by Alexander, featuring a live audience and a panel of media luminaries, including National Ambassador for Young People's Literature, NBC News anchor, Marga Gomez, along with the advice and mentorship. The winner of the pilot will receive $2,500. Writers don't even get paid in reality competitions. I mean, don't get me wrong, $2,500 is nice, but when you see other of these contests, $25,000, $50,000, $100,000. Okay. When the show is picked up, Xstut said substantial prize money and publishing opportunities are expected to open up. Okay. Alexander, Ekstert, and Sterry met 7 years ago at the New England Societies of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators Conference. Ekstut became Alexander's agent and helped him start his imprint. Okay, let's skip ahead a bit. Right from the beginning, there were certain people in the television and publishing world whose eyes just lit up when they heard about America's Next Great Author. They understand just how many Americans want to write books, a lot. He cited a survey from the early 2000s that found 82% of Americans feel they have a book in them. After operating Pitchapalooza, now I haven't really heard of Pitchapalooza, but I do know of like Twitter pitch contests because I'll participated in a couple. I wonder if that's what this is. I don't know. Okay, moving on. Alexander believes that while it's true that everyone has a story in them, that doesn't mean that everyone has a skill set or even the desire to share their story in a book. Completely get that. With America's Next Great Author, he said the producers want to demonstrate that if you are interested in writing and publishing and you have put in the work to develop your craft, key point, then we will coach you, give you access to share that talent. Still, do literary aspirations make good television in the same way that musical ones do? That is my question. I'm just not imagining this being interesting to most, probably be interesting to me and maybe to many of you, but to the general public, there is a perception in Hollywood that writers are boring. Well, the act of writing is kind of boring. It's just someone sitting at a computer. If you've ever joined an author tuber on one of their Writing sessions, it's just them at the computer, you know. And the product itself is just words on a page. So I don't know. I honestly don't know how this will play out. I get it, Alexander said. It's writers writing books. That seems boring, but as an author of 37 books who has traveled on 5 continents promoting those books, who has written in coffee shops, parks, writing retreats, subways, lunch breaks, who has sold books at farmers markets, who has had his books banned, oh that's interesting, who has lost friendships over bookish drama. You got to see it to believe that it's drama. The irony is the stories are drama, so why wouldn't the writers be? The only thing I can think of is Jackie Collins and that other romance author who did not like the smut that Jackie wrote going at each other on live TV. So maybe we'll get some of that.
We've got to get away from all this awful, terrible, it's evil really. We've picked the books that you write, quite frankly. Thought of the effects it has on young people.
Yes, they love it. Every moment of it.
They
write
love
me letters
it,
and
but
they
that
say,
is what is
I was
wrong.
reading it under the covers and Matron came in and said, what are you reading? Let me tell you something, Barbara. There's room for both of us. There's room for your books, which I'm sure are terrific, and you have huge fans everywhere, and there's room for mine, which are a little more racy, and people enjoy reading.
Yes, but I quite agree they may enjoy it, but don't you think it has helped the perverse? It has helped.
Eckert said that though she believes it's unfounded, the fear that someone else will steal their idea often prevents aspiring authors from participating in a pitch contest like this one. I've heard that too. People don't understand that the single best way not to get a book published is not to share your work. Good point. The first season of America's Next Great Author focuses on novels both YA and adult for middle graders. And memoirs. Ooh, that's totally different. In subsequent seasons, they plan to concentrate on different categories: mysteries, fantasy, romance, science fiction, thrillers, historical, children's, cookbook, self-help, and more. The producers hope that the pilot will provide proof positive of the concept. I suspect after we shoot this one episode in San Francisco, the execs will get it and we can discover some writers and make their wildest dreams come true. So I hope this does take off because I would be interested in watching it. I hope that everyone that participates becomes authors and gets their name out and their work out. I think that's a fabulous opportunity. I wonder what they mean by charismatic. They're looking for charismatic would-be authors, not just would-be authors. Maybe they're looking for people they're pretty sure will provide some drama. I don't know how I feel about that. And I'm also not convinced they're going to be able to make this very interesting. The act of writing is pretty solitary, and the product is words on a page. I guess if you're throwing writers together in a house, Big Brother style, you're bound to get some human interaction, which would have nothing to do with writing, but might make for good TV. I don't know what I think about this. I actually don't know, but let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel. Until we meet again, may all the books you read be blessed.